Today's video is brought to you by Wood Defender. Never think it's too late to stain your fence.
Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this.
Oh, he's making a gate.
It's like a pretty good size. Ooh. Ooh, this is some craftsmanship. I'm gonna say, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but right now what I like is the fact that he was using like a pocket screw.
That's a nice touch.
I'm guessing this guy does a lot of woodworking or something on the side, because there's a lot of woodworking type elements to this. The one thing I saw is that there's glue being used, and if you're gonna use glue on your gates, you definitely wanna make sure it's all weather glue, because some of that glue is not meant for rain and it's not meant to get wet. Typically wouldn't see anything like this in our production stuff because it just takes far too long. There's a lot of joinery and stuff that really doesn't add a whole lot of benefit. It can add some strength, sure, in the corners, but that stuff starts splitting and it isn't really going to matter as it dries out and gets wet.
Well, just looking at this photo, how long do you think that gate is?
I don't think it's length. I think it's tall.
No, I bet it's like a 6-foot gate, but it looks to me like it's at least 12 feet long. No,
I'm not sure which way it's oriented yet.
Watch him put it up.
Whoa.
Okay, so we got some decent straps through bolted, it looks like. So it's got to be 7 foot. It's also very long. 3 hinges.
3 hinges.
I don't know how big of a fan I am of the 3 hinges. I see that a lot when people build gates. I think people do that because they see 3 hinges on the door, but you have to think those hinges were all done in a factory where everything can be lined up perfectly. And in reality, when we get out into the field, trying to get 3 hinges lined up perfectly so none of those are in a bind when you open it
It would be almost impossible.
especially as wood starts swelling and shrinking and cracking and things shift and move. Even when you put all the screws and bolts in there, there's a little bit of play and slop, so you're just always going to get one of those in a bind, it seems like. Yeah, it's definitely about 12 feet long.
And there again, we're using J-bolts, and we're turning all the J-bolts up.
You want to lift that thing off there?
I don't want to, but I mean, you could.
So he's got
Take a little cheater and I can
one
shove it in
diagonal
there
that
and
goes
pop
all
it
the way
off.
from corner to corner.
Yep.
And then he's got 2 more, one on top, one on bottom.
I just don't think those add anything.
Well, maybe it doesn't add anything, so maybe he should have done a center vertical
Oh, yes.
and then broken it apart.
Because again, if you've watched any of our videos, like the gate bracing video right over here, bracing matters. He's got them faced the right way, but he's gone way past the 45-degree angle, and then it just becomes basically a lever, and over time that gate could have issues.
So he's got this gate hung on, looks like a support post for a lean-to. It's all tied into the building, so that post is never going to pull over at the top. It shouldn't, at least. But here again, there's no reason that this gate couldn't be a double drive gate, and spreading out that load, making the gate lighter, cutting that weight down by going to a double drive versus one single.
And you could have set another post over there by the house and maybe even tied it into the same roof structure.
Yeah, you could.
Well, and he's still going to have to set another post to be able to set a latch.
Or he latches to the house and then risks the fact if a wind gets a hold of it and slams that in, he starts ripping off siding. And that's the thing that can happen when you tie things into the house like that. And the wind will grab it. I mean, why? Because it blows. That's one of the things we're always thinking about.
Hey guys, we hope you guys are enjoying today's video. We wanted to drop in and tell you a thing or two about today's sponsor, Wood Defender. We love these guys. They have a great product. Wood Defender is oil-based, so therefore you're not going to have any chipping, cracking, or flaking of your fence stain. Wood Defender is self-leveling. If you cover your fence to the point of saturation, you're not going to be able to see a heavier spot and a lighter spot. Also, if you start and stop, you're not going to see any stitch lines. You are going to have some drips, you're going to have some runs, but you're not going to see them because it's self-leveling. I don't want to go out there with a paintbrush and stain my fence. No, you're thinking the wrong thing. Wood Defender is so easy to apply. Pick up a simple weed sprayer and away you go, spraying down your fence. Now what about overspray? Is that difficult to clean off? Wood Defender is super easy to clean up off of non-porous surfaces. Just take a dry rag, maybe some dish soap and water, and wipe it right off. On porous surfaces, it takes just a little extra prep work with either a drop cloth, some dish soap, and some water. Wood Defender has been family owned since 1952, and they have amazing customer service to match. Wood Defender has dealers in every state who can ship anywhere, just like us. Make sure and see the link below. And now back to the video.
So he did.
So he did put a post in.
I spoke
for a
too
latch.
soon. Very nice work. You didn't cheat and attach to the house.
What about this special kind of latch? You ever seen one of these before?
Oh, it looks like
It looks
deadbolt.
keyed.
Yeah, keyed. Yeah, I think you could achieve the same strength and use some different things. Again, maybe going to a metal frame.
Yep.
They have nice straps, and I like the straps, how far back they go on the, so you've got that spread out over a long distance. But the thing I still don't like is that it's still a 5/8 pin, and it's still, there's no grease, and it's just, there's a lot of friction there. It's just not a great hinge. There's a lot of slop.
I just don't feel right about it.
So hold on. What would you recommend on this thing?
Well, with a metal frame, I would definitely use the bolt through. And that's, again, why I like a metal frame, is because I have steel to hold everything together, not wood that swells and shrinks and cracks and everything else. So I can either weld or I can drill and bolt. It just makes repairs and everything easier, and I can get better hardware. Would probably use a bolt-on badass hinge, you know, shut it hinge, and especially for as heavy as this thing is.
Yeah, that's a big heavy gate.
So one of the things people forget, and I know this gentleman's doing the best he can, but the part of the fence that you use the most is the gate. So that's where you need to spend the most money and the most time making sure you get the proper stuff to make sure it'll last. A lot of people will just get the cheapest hinge that they can find and call it good, but the better you build the gate and the more money you spend on good hardware makes all the difference in the world.
My favorite one is when they run the string over the gate so they can open it from both sides.
If your gate kit says string not provided, then you have erred.
Would you agree?
I agree. Two-sided latches, lockable latches are awesome. On a big gate like this, if you can get into something that's welded and greased, that'd be great with a steel frame.
Yeah, if you don't want to see the galvanized steel or something, then powder coat a frame black. And black, like you see on this gate,
Yeah.
the black hardware looks really nice. So, and that's on the inside of the fence where only you're seeing it. Then be relying upon steel, not wood, which is always better. Yeah, get those angles right, though. Those angles matter on the
100%.
diagonals. He's got them going the right direction. They're too steep.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Dan with SWI.
Hey.
What?
So what do we say? Is this a thumbs up or thumbs
Oh,
down?
yeah, sorry.
I think it's plausible.
Okay.
I'm going to give this a thumbs neutral. There was a lot of good, but there's room for improvement.
I'm 100% with Mark on that. He did a good job. He has some good hardware. It's just could have been better.
Agreed. I'm totally thumbs up on all of his craftsmanship. 100% thumbs up.
But practical design,
Could be better.
yeah, and
Could
hardware.
be better.
If you're looking for good hardware, though, we'll put some links to some of the badass hinges that we sell down below so you can see what that looks like. We'll just link to the whole dang page on our website, and you can see all the options that are out there, and they are numerous.
Until next time, I'm Dan with SWI.
I'm me.
I'm Alan.
Hope you have a good dang day.
Started out being me, I'm going to end being me.